Welcome to E-Lectures on Inverters Part 2. Today we will cover current source inverter, its waveform and related mathematical equations. Now this is a typical circuit diagram of a current source inverter. Now earlier we have studied about VSI, that is voltage source inverter, in which the source was a voltage source. Now here we have a current source, that's why it is named as current source inverter. Now how we achieve a current source? Now there is a fixed DC voltage, I can name it as Vs, and a large inductor in series with it. Now fixed DC voltage in series with a large inductor act as a constant current source. Now it will deliver a constant current Is to the system. So what is the prerequisite for the current source inverter? A fixed voltage DC source in series with a large inductor. That large inductor will make the current almost ripple free. There will be no ripples in the current. Now you can see the circuit arrangement is much like that of a voltage source converter. There are 4 thyristors, T1, T2, T3, T4. Now there is a load, and in the load we have a capacitor. Now apart from RL, we have a capacitor also in the load. Now you can see that there are 2 modes. Now if we divide the operation into 2 modes, now there is mode 1. In mode 1, T1 and T2 are on. Now this voltage source and inductor are acting as a constant current source Is. Now in mode 1, T1 and T2 are on. T1 and T2 are on. So what will happen? This current will go through here and come back here. So path is completed. So in mode 1 we can see the current follow this path. We have assumed that this direction of the current is positive and the voltage drop in this direction is positive. Earlier also we have in VSI marked reference voltage polarity and current direction. Now here in CSI also we have a reference voltage polarity plus minus. Here it will be taken as a positive polarity, and this current direction from this direction will be taken as a positive current direction. If there is current flowing opposite, it will be treated as a negative current, and if the voltage drop is in this direction, it will be treated as a negative voltage. Now moving towards the operation. So in this condition, when T1 and T2 are on, the circuit is like this. You can see the circuit becomes like this. Now T1, here T1 is turned on, here it is load, there is a current source, there is switch T1, now there is a load, switch T2, and the path completes. Now it is T1, now it is T2. Now if we write KVL equation, now the input voltage, now you can see the current is same Is flowing through T1 load, T2 and back. The voltage will be V0 is equal to Vs. Now if total voltage across this source is Vs input side and voltage across output is V0, then this is the equation. V0 is equal to Vs for turn on condition of T1 and T2. When T1 and T2 are on, V0 is equal to Vs and the current is in positive direction. We will see in the waveform what it means. Now coming towards mode 2, in which T3 and T4 are on, what will happen? The current will go here. Now this is turned off, T1 and T2, so current will obviously go in this direction from T3, and it will be coming in this direction. Now we have considered if the current is going in direction positive, so current going in this direction will be treated as negative. Now what the path follow currents? This is the path. So you can see once again, when T3 T4 are on, this is the current path, and it is a negative current. Why? Because we have considered opposite current as a positive. Now if we write KVL equation for this condition, it will come to be V0 is equal to minus Vs. Now equations are clear. The current in both case, during turn on condition the current is Is, and during the turn off case current is minus Is. Why? Because the current direction is reversed during T3 T4 condition. Now we can see in the waveform, now when T1 and T2 are on, the current, output current is plus Is or plus input current, and when T3 and T4 are on, output current is equal to minus Is. Why it is so? Because the current direction reverses when T3 and T4 are on, and current direction is in the positive direction when T1 and T2 are on. Now moving towards, also we know voltage relation between input voltage and output voltage. Now we will try to figure out how these waveforms are coming. Now as I told, the output contains a capacitor C. So what will happen? The current I0 is equal to C dV naught by dt. Now this is a basic equation. When a current flows through a capacitor C, what will happen? Current I0 is equal to C dV0 by dt. Now I0 is a constant. Its value is either Is plus or minus. So it's a constant value, I0. We can see the I0 value is a constant. Either it is a plus Is or minus Is. So what will happen? If this quantity is constant, this quantity must also be a constant. If both are equal, it must be both must be constant number. So what will happen? Now we know I0 is constant, so it means is a constant. So it means that dV0 by dt is, that is a slope, that must also be a constant. It means that V0 is a linear line. Now here you can see that V0 is linear. Why? Because I0 is a constant, so dV by dt must be a constant. And how it will happen? When V0 is a linear function, it must be a linear function. So what will happen? This is a linear. Now when T1 T2 are on, the current is Is plus Is, so there is a positive slope. And when T3 T4 are on, the current is minus Is, so the slope is in minus direction. So again T1 T2 are on, so slope is positive. It's like this. So you can easily calculate V0 because I0 is a constant. Now I0 is equal to C dV naught by dt. So dV by d naught is a constant. That means V0 is a linear function, and it is a positive, its slope is positive during T1 T2 is on, and its slope is negative when T3 T4 are on. You can easily see. Now moving towards input voltage. Now how input voltage? Now you know when T1 and T2 were on, V input, that is equal to Vs, is equal to V0. Now this was the equation. When T1 and T2 were on, you can easily see here that V0 is equal to Vs when T1 and T2 are on. So if the V0 path is like this waveform, so V1 is equal to V0, that's value is same, Vs, so they will be same. Now what will happen when T3 and T4 are on? Now we know during T3 and T4 on condition, V0 was negative of input voltage, minus Vs. Here we can see by the KVL equation. So what will happen? Now this is V0, but input voltage is opposite of output voltage during T3 T4 operation. Now this is what we get a waveform for input voltage, because it is negative of what is at output voltage. Again, during T1 and T2, this equation V0 is equal to Vs will follow, so it will follow like. So here we can figure out how the waveform of input voltage and output voltage are drawn for the current source inverter. Now moving towards, this is the Fourier analysis of the output current, 4I0 sin omega t by n pi. Of course, we can calculate THD for the same. We have earlier also find for the VSI THD, and it is same. The fundamental value, now you can find the fundamental value by replacing n value is equal to 1. So it will come like 2 root 2 by pi RMS value for the current. Now one more thing, in voltage source inverter, the voltage waveform was fixed. The voltage waveform was fixed. Now in current source inverter, we see the output current waveform is fixed. In spite of the load, whatever the load is, in VSI, voltage waveform was fixed, and in current source inverter, whatever is the load, the output current is fixed. Now what will change? The output voltage. In VSI, the output current was dependent on load. In CSI, the output voltage is dependent on load. I repeat, in VSI, the output current is dependent on the load. In CSI, output voltage is dependent on the load. Moving towards advantages of CSI. Now we have seen feedback diodes are not required in the CSI. Commutation process is very simple in comparison to VSI. Load computation, if we have seen, if load is capacitive in nature, or the C it's under damped, then we can get a load commutation. What are the disadvantages? That these are the disadvantages, that we can't use GTO, IGBT and other transistor, as it has to block a reverse voltage. So we are forced to use SCR, and also there is lacking of diode which will block the current or provide a feedback path. So that's all for today's class.